The 1960 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is a remarkable piece in American numismatic history, and its value today, reaching up to $2,200 in top condition, is a testament to its collector demand, historical relevance, and the uniqueness found in specific examples. This coin, part of the long-running Jefferson nickel series, represents more than just a 5-cent piece. It's a snapshot of the United States in a transitional era, from the post-war boom into the modern age. The absence of a mint mark indicates it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which at the time did not include mint marks on its coins, a feature that would change later on. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel series began in 1938 and replaced the Buffalo nickel. Schlag's design remained mostly unchanged until the Westward Journey series redesign in the early 2000s. The obverse of the 1960 nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. His likeness is stern and thoughtful, symbolizing his intellect and the pivotal role he played in the shaping of the U.S. The inscriptions, "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" flank the sides of the coin, with the year 1960 placed just behind Jefferson's neckline. On the reverse side of the coin, we see a depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia estate. This image is front and center, with the word Monticello engraved below it. Above it sits the phrase, "A pluribus unum," Latin for "out of many, one," while United States of America and 5 cents are curved below. The layout is clean and classic, retaining its appeal through decades of American coinage. The 1960 Jefferson nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs exactly 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. It has a smooth edge, typical of most nickels, and its metallic composition has remained consistent through much of the coin's life, only changing temporarily during World War II. With the introduction of silver alloys in nickels from 1942 to 1945. What makes the 1960 no mint mark nickel valuable is not only its condition but also unique varieties, die errors, and strike quality. Most coins from this year were mass-produced, with over 55 million struck in Philadelphia alone, making circulated examples common and typically worth face value or slightly more. However, specimens in MS-67 or higher, particularly those certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC, are highly sought after. These coins, in pristine, uncirculated condition, can fetch prices upwards of $2,200, especially if they show exceptional luster, sharp detail, and zero contact marks. Another layer to its value comes from errors and varieties. Collectors prize error coins, and the 1960 Jefferson nickel offers several intriguing possibilities. For example, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, and double die obverses or reverses can all dramatically increase a coin's market value. Some known 1960 nickels feature full steps on the Monticello building, a term used to describe coins that have all 5 or 6 steps at the base of the Monticello clearly visible and struck without any wear. These full-step nickels are particularly rare and highly desired because they indicate a high-quality strike from fresh dies, making them significantly more valuable to collectors. One of the biggest challenges in locating a valuable 1960 Jefferson nickel lies in the preservation of detail. Many coins from this era entered circulation immediately and were subjected to wear and tear that obscured fine features such as Jefferson's hair or the lines on Monticello's steps. Thus, mint state coins with full steps and no contact marks are incredibly rare, and when found, they command strong prices in auctions and private sales alike. Grading is a critical component when determining the market value of a Jefferson nickel. Coins graded MS-65 and above are generally considered premium-grade coins. A 1960 no mint mark Jefferson nickel in MS-66 full steps condition can easily fetch $1,000 to $2,200, depending on the eye appeal and demand. As of recent auction data, some certified MS-67 examples have even crossed the $2,000 mark, especially if housed in older PCGS rattler holders, which can carry added vintage collector appeal. Moreover, the coin holds historical significance. 1960 was a pivotal year in American history. It was the year John F. Kennedy was elected president, and the country was entering a decade of profound social change. The Jefferson nickel, already over 2 decades old by then, served as a silent witness to the evolving American story. Owning a coin from this time feels like holding a tangible piece of the past, a small but enduring artifact from a critical juncture in the nation's journey. Collectors often seek out coins from specific years to build complete Jefferson nickel sets, particularly those that include rare varieties or high-grade examples from each mint. The 1960 no-mint mark coin is often considered a challenging date for those seeking full-step varieties, adding to its desirability. In the world of numismatics, context is key. While a regular circulated 1960 nickel might still be spent today, a high-grade or error version can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The importance of certification cannot be overstated. Coins verified by top-tier grading services, like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, not only ensure authenticity, but also solidify their market value and appeal to serious collectors. Another factor influencing value is collector demand, which tends to fluctuate based on trends in the numismatic market. In recent years, there has been growing interest in Jefferson nickels, particularly in error coins and full-step varieties. As awareness increases, more collectors enter the market, driving prices upward. For those who come across a well-preserved 1960 nickel, especially in an old roll or inherited collection, it's well worth taking a closer look, or even submitting it for grading, before overlooking it as just another old coin. It's also important to note that condition and storage play a big role in preserving a coin's worth. A 1960 nickel kept in a climate-controlled environment in an archival safe holder, free from fingerprints or cleaning marks, will retain or even increase its value over time. In contrast, coins that have been improperly cleaned, corroded, or damaged will see significant reductions in potential market price, no matter how old they are. For beginner collectors and seasoned numismatists alike, the 1960 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel offers a compelling blend of historical intrigue, accessible collecting, and potential high return. Its journey from the coining presses of Philadelphia to modern-day auction blocks is a testament to how even the most ordinary-looking coins can become valuable artifacts in the right conditions. To sum it up, the 1960 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel stands out not just for its aesthetic design and historical importance, but also for its potential to yield a significant return for those lucky enough to find one in exceptional condition. While most examples are common and worth only a few cents, premium specimens, especially those with full steps, mint errors, or pristine grading, are worth up to $2,200 or more today. It serves as a reminder to all coin collectors and treasure hunters. Even the smallest coin in your collection might just be hiding an unexpected fortune. Next up, the 1968 D mint mark Jefferson nickel holds a special place in the numismatic world, not only for its design and historical context, but also due to its growing demand in today's collector market. Struck at the Denver Mint, the 1968 D, Jefferson nickel is part of a series that honors Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. With no mint mark used on Philadelphia coins and a D to signify Denver, this specific coin features a clear mint mark on the obverse, just beside Jefferson's bust, which was reinstated in 1968 after being removed in earlier years. The coin's obverse showcases the iconic left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by sculptor Felix Schlag, whose initials weren't added until 1966. This bust, simple yet dignified, has become one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coinage. History. On the reverse, you'll find a beautiful depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate, accompanied by the inscriptions E pluribus unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. The reverse design reflects Schlag's architectural background and features a realistic and elegant view of Jefferson's neoclassical home. The precision and balance of the Monticello design make it a favorite among collectors who appreciate both artistic beauty and historical relevance. In terms of composition, the 1968 D. Jefferson nickel was struck in a copper-nickel alloy, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel, and it weighs 5 grams with a 21.2 millimeter diameter. This standard composition was consistent with other modern nickels of the time, but the 1968 Denver strike saw certain quality control issues, especially with weak strikes and misaligned dies, which resulted in several error varieties. Coins. With strong strikes, full steps on Monticello, and clean surfaces are far more valuable and sought after by collectors and grading agencies like NGC and PCGS. One of the main reasons the 1968 D. Jefferson nickel has become increasingly desirable is due to its rarity and high grades. While millions were minted, over 91 million pieces, finding uncirculated examples with full steps designation, indicating a sharply struck reverse with 5 or 6 clearly defined steps on Monticello, is extremely rare. These full steps nickels are among the most valuable, with auction prices reaching up to $2,500 or more, depending on the coin's condition and certification. The coin's increasing value also stems from its historical placement. The late 1960s was a transitional period for U.S. coinage. After the Coinage Act of 1965 eliminated silver from most circulating coins, the focus shifted toward modern alloys and mass production. As such, coins from this era were often struck quickly and with less attention to quality, making well-preserved examples significantly more valuable today. Moreover, this period marked the reintroduction of mint marks on coinage after their temporary removal between 1965 and 1967, which adds to the historical significance of the 1968 D nickel. Collectors are especially interested in coins from the late 1960s because they offer a glimpse into the evolving standards of the U.S. Mint, including the improvements in striking, techniques, die preparation, and quality control that followed. The 1968 D. Jefferson nickel stands out as a representative of this shift. Many of these nickels entered circulation and experienced extensive wear, making pristine examples increasingly scarce. In recent years, some of these coins have resurfaced in private collections and estate sales, surprising both seasoned collectors and new hobbyists alike with their impressive condition and unexpectedly high market value. Auction records further support the coin's desirability. A 1968 D nickel graded MS-67 with full steps has been known to fetch thousands of dollars at major auctions such as Heritage and Stack's Bowers. These rare specimens often display flawless luster, sharp detailing, and minimal contact marks, making them prime candidates for top-tier collections. In some cases, coins with minor die errors or double dies have also commanded premium prices, though they are even rarer and require expert authentication. Aside from its numismatic appeal, the 1968 D. Jefferson nickel represents a period in U.S. history marked by innovation, social change, and economic transformation. The coin itself, although seemingly ordinary at first glance, tells a deeper story, one of craftsmanship, patriotic design, and the evolving priorities of American coinage. For this reason, it remains a favorite among collectors who not only chase monetary value, but also appreciate the coin's historical essence and symbolic worth. For those looking to find or invest in a 1968 D. Jefferson nickel, attention to grade, strike quality, and preservation is key. Coins stored in controlled environments or professionally graded and slabbed by PCGS or NGC often hold the highest values. Additionally, Coins with the full steps designation significantly outperform average uncirculated examples. Therefore, understanding grading standards and certification procedures is critical for any serious collector. In summary, the 1968 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel might seem like an average pocket change coin to the untrained eye, but under the scrutiny of collectors and numismatists, it reveals itself as a hidden gem. With a market value reaching $2,500, especially in MS-67 plus full steps, this nickel is more than just 5 cents. It's a tangible piece of American history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into numismatics, the 1968 D. Jefferson nickel serves as a testament to the hidden treasures still waiting to be discovered in the world of coins. Next up, the 1953 No Mint Mark Jefferson nickel holds a special place in American numismatics, not just for its age, but also for its subtle rarity and growing value in today's collector market. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, this 5-cent coin lacks a mint mark, a common trait of Philadelphia coins during that period, but what distinguishes it from others is its historical context, design significance, condition-sensitive demand, and increasing auction prices which can reach as high as $2,300 for uncirculated, high-grade examples. The obverse of the 1953 Jefferson nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence. Designed by Felix Schlag in 1938, the obverse displays fine detail in Jefferson's hair, coat, and facial features, elements that become critically important in grading and determining the coin's value. The inscriptions, "In God We Trust" and "Liberty 1953" frame the portrait. On the reverse, Schlag's original design depicts Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia, with the inscriptions "E Pluribus Unum," Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. The 1953 version lacks a mint mark under Monticello, confirming it was struck in Philadelphia. What makes the 1953 No Mint Mark Jefferson nickel especially collectible is not a major error or unique design variation, but rather its condition rarity. Most nickels from this era were heavily circulated, and as a result, finding one in mint state, MS-65 or higher condition, is exceptionally difficult. Coins that have retained sharp detail and luster over 70 years are few and far between, and this scarcity drives the value. In average circulated condition, the coin may only be worth its face value or slightly above, but in uncirculated certified grades from PCGS or NGC, the coin can fetch up to $2,300 or more depending on strike quality and preservation. Collectors also value this coin due to its place in the timeline of the post-war Jefferson nickel series. The early 1950s saw economic recovery and changes in U.S. coinage trends, and although millions of 1953 nickels were minted, only a small percentage survive in pristine form today. Moreover, during this time, the U.S. Mint faced inconsistencies in strike quality, making well-struck examples with full steps on Monticello even more desirable. A full steps FS designation on a graded Jefferson nickel dramatically increases its value, especially for early-date nickels like the 1953. The metal composition of the coin is also worth noting. The 1953 Jefferson nickel was struck from 75% copper and 25% nickel, a standard alloy for U.S. 5-cent pieces since 1866, except during WW2. The coin weighs 5 grams, with a diameter of 21.2 millimeter and a smooth edge. Over the decades, exposure to circulation often dulls the surface and causes wear, especially on high points like Jefferson's cheek and Monticello's steps, which is why uncirculated examples with original mint luster are so prized. Over the years, interest in Jefferson nickels has increased, and numismatists have come to appreciate this series more deeply for its subtle variations, historical continuity, and the challenge of completing a high-grade collection. The 1953 No Mint Mark coin has seen a sharp uptick in demand, with recent auction records showing prices well over $2,000 for coins graded MS-66 with full steps. Such prices reflect not only scarcity but also the growing number of dedicated Jefferson series collectors. Adding to its appeal is the coin's role as a time capsule from 1950s America. The year 1953 marked the beginning of Dwight D. Eisenhower's presidency, the end of the Korean War, and a period of optimism and industrial growth in the United States. Coins from this time carry historical weight and serve as tangible relics of the socio-political atmosphere of mid-century America. Beyond value and rarity, the aesthetic appeal of a well-preserved 1953 nickel cannot be overstated. The clean design, balanced symmetry, and metallic sheen give it a distinct character among U.S. coinage. Collectors often note the importance of original surfaces, sharp devices, and a lack of contact marks when evaluating Jefferson nickels from this era. High-grade examples without post-mint damage are truly exceptional. Grading plays a crucial role in establishing the market value of the 1953 Jefferson nickel. Grading standards from major certification services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, assess factors such as strike, luster, surface preservation, and overall eye appeal. Coins that achieve mint, State 65, MS 65, or higher, especially those designated with full steps, are significantly more valuable. In particular, a PCGS MS 66 FS 1953 no mint mark nickel can easily command over $2,000 in today's market due to its rarity in that condition. The coin is also of interest to those focused on error coins and die varieties, although the 1953 Philadelphia issue does not have major known errors like double dies or repunched mint marks. However, some minor die cracks, planche flaws, or off-center strikes may exist and could increase a coin's value if authenticated. These anomalies are often discovered by dedicated collectors using magnification tools and keen eyes, and they contribute to the dynamic world of Jefferson nickel collecting. Another key factor in the coin's value is provenance. Coins with a known history of ownership, especially those from well-documented collections or discovered in old rolls or bank hoards, can have enhanced appeal. Some 1953 nickels have appeared in estate collections, passed down through generations and well preserved in original bank wrappers, avoiding the wear and tear of circulation. Dealers and collectors alike frequently seek the 1953 no mint mark. Jefferson nickel as a sleeper coin, one that may not immediately seem valuable, but reveals its worth upon close examination and grading. This has made the coin a popular target for those searching through old change jars, rolls, and estate sales. It's a reminder that even common-looking coins can harbor substantial hidden value, particularly when preserved in excellent condition. In educational circles, the 1953 Jefferson nickel serves as a useful tool to teach new collectors about the importance of mint marks, historical context, and the effects of circulation on coin value. It illustrates how condition, not just age or rarity, plays a critical role in numismatics. For many, this coin is a gateway into the deeper world of Jefferson nickel collecting, which spans decades and includes wartime compositions, major design changes, and unique varieties. As the numismatic market continues to evolve, coins like the 1953 no mint mark Jefferson nickel are expected to appreciate in value, particularly as more collectors strive to assemble complete, high-grade sets. With only a limited number of pristine specimens left and demand growing among hobbyists and investors, the opportunity to acquire this coin at a reasonable price may not last long. In summary, the 1953 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is much more than a 5-cent coin. It is a piece of American history, a numismatic challenge, and a potential hidden treasure in your pocket change. With a market value reaching $2,300 in top condition, it serves as a compelling reminder that the coins we often overlook may, in fact, be worth a small fortune. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, keeping an eye out for this modest-looking nickel could lead to an exciting and valuable discovery. Next up, the 1985D. Jefferson nickel stands as a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. While many might consider Jefferson nickels to be common and of minimal value, certain coins, especially those with unique traits, minting anomalies, or exceptional preservation, can command impressive prices in today's collector market. One such example is the 1985 Jefferson nickel struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the prominent D Mint mark on the right side of Monticello's image. This coin, though relatively modern, has garnered attention due to a combination of factors including mintage, condition rarity, strike quality, and collector interest. Its estimated market value today can reach up to $4,200, making it a true hidden gem for coin hunters. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and featured a new design honoring Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence. The obverse of the coin was designed by Felix Schlag, who portrayed Jefferson facing left, along with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year of issue, in this case 1985. The reverse showcases Monticello Jefferson's Virginia home, centered in bold relief with inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. What sets the 1985D variant apart is not only the crisp design, but the scarcity of high-grade examples, especially those preserved in pristine condition with full steps, a term used to denote the sharply struck lines on the steps of Monticello. In terms of mintage, the Denver Mint produced over 459 million Jefferson nickels in 1985, a number that might lead many to believe the coin is extremely common. However, only a small fraction of these coins survive in uncirculated condition, and even fewer with strong eye appeal or full steps designation. This rarity in high grade significantly elevates the coin's market value. A coin graded MS-67 or higher by top certification authorities like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can fetch thousands of dollars, with record auction prices showing strong demand among serious collectors. Another contributing factor to the 1985D nickel's desirability is the condition rarity. As with most circulating coins, many 1985D nickels were subjected to heavy wear, handling, and damage. Those that managed to escape circulation and were carefully stored, especially in mint sets or rolls, are the ones most likely to survive in near-perfect condition. Collectors prize examples with full steps, which means all 5 or 6 steps of Monticello are sharply visible under magnification. These coins represent only a small fraction of the total mintage, increasing their value tremendously. Beyond condition, some 1985D Jefferson nickels have gained attention due to minting anomalies or die errors. These can include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or die cracks. While these errors were not intentionally produced, they make each affected coin unique and highly collectible. In rare cases, coins with dramatic and clearly visible errors have been known to sell for upwards of $1,000 to $2,000, even in lower grades. When paired with high-grade condition, such error coins can skyrocket to prices nearing $4,200. Especially in auctions where multiple collectors bid competitively. Collectors and investors alike should also consider authentication and grading. Having a 1985D Jefferson nickel graded by PCGS or NGC provides not only authentication but also a guarantee of its condition. This significantly increases the coin's marketability and final value. A coin with a full steps designation and a grade of MS-66 or MS-67 can often outperform more common coins of the same year and mint in lower grades. Coins graded with FS, full steps, on the label attract premium prices and are often the centerpiece of Jefferson nickel collections. The 1980s era of U.S. coinage is not often associated with high-value coins, making the 1985 D nickel even more intriguing. It stands as an exception, highlighting how modern coins, when preserved with care or struck under rare circumstances, can become valuable collectibles. It's a perfect example of why collectors should not overlook even recent coins in their spare change or family coin jars. An unsuspecting nickel tucked away for decades could turn out to be a financial windfall. In terms of market dynamics, the growing interest in Jefferson nickels as a series has pushed up values in recent years. Long considered underrated by many, in the numismatic world, the Jefferson series is now being more closely scrutinized, with particular attention given to high-quality examples from less celebrated years like 1985. Coin shows, online auctions, and numismatic expos have all seen increased activity around Jefferson nickels, especially those with full steps and mint state designations. Today, the 1985 D Jefferson nickel serves as both a historical tribute and a potential investment. While its face value remains just 5 cents, its collector value can soar dramatically based on rarity, condition, and unique attributes. For coin collectors, this emphasizes the importance of evaluating every coin carefully, even those that seem modern or ordinary. In fact, it's often these unassuming coins that carry the greatest surprises, particularly when they are authenticated and certified by top grading services. Even beyond monetary worth, the 1985 D nickel carries historical significance. It represents a time of economic transition in America, when inflation and shifting fiscal policies affected the perception of currency. Coin collectors often attach sentimental or historical value to pieces from specific decades, and the 1985 D nickel is a prime candidate for those interested in Cold War-era Americana or numismatic evolution in the late 20th century. In conclusion, if you come across a 1985 D Jefferson nickel, take a moment to examine its condition. Look for signs of preservation, sharp features, no circulation wear, and the presence of full steps on Monticello. Consider sending it for professional grading, if it appears pristine. While most examples are still worth only face value, a rare few can reach market values as high as $4,200, especially in auction settings. The key lies in grade, rarity, and demand, the 3 pillars that govern coin value. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just beginning your collecting journey, the 1985 D nickel is a coin worth keeping your eye on.